the Listening Room Podcast, episode 11. Woo! Woo!
All right.
All
This
teasers.
treacherous week.
It's been an insane week. A lot of shit happening.
Deaths. Vehicular manslaughter. Not even manslaughter, I think premeditated.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, we don't know yet. I
We
don't
don't
think
know,
they,
let
have
the
they caught the guy?
Which guy?
The
I
one,
think-
the Charlottesville
Oh yeah, the
The
shit that happens.
Charlottesville
in
guy
Charlottesville.
has been arrested.
has been arrested.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's part of the white
White
nationalist,
supremacists.
is it nationalist or supremacist.
About the same.
About the same thing
about
lah.
the same. It was the three of them, right? American.
You can basically call them Nazis.
No.
Neo-Nazis.
No, there's
No.
neo-Nazis, there's
Yeah.
American Vanguard, and then there's the Ku Klux Klan. No, wait, no. The
Yeah,
KKK
Ku
was
Klux
not-
Klan.
Were they there? No, the Ku Klux
Definitely,
Klan.
yeah,
were
they-
Part of that.
Part of them, definitely.
I like
David
how
Duke
they
was there.
They call themselves like generals or something, right? Like
The White Wizard. Or
the
something.
White
Wizard, yeah.
the White Wizard.
Imperial Wizard.
The
and
guys
all
should,
kinds.
they wear bed sheets over their head. White Wizard. And it has to be white because they feel that they are not even white enough. It's like
Exactly.
it has to be white. So
Oh no, they have black, they have purple,
oh they can't
they
wear
have
bl-
green,
how-
they
how-
have all
different,
sorts of different bed sheets.
so like they're rainbowy.
Not exactly rainbow.
Oh.
They have
Ma-
red.
The
Red
colors of the rainbow.
colors of rainbow.
Almost.
They've got the darker colors
Wow.
of the rainbow. So they're like the darker versions of the
the rainbow.
The rainbow, yeah. They're deeper and they're darker. They're filthy. Filthy
No, but
little animals.
Whatever happened at Charlottesville,
Hmm.
but the media is only focusing on the white supremacists, they are Nazis or KKK or all these
Mm.
racists. Dude, there were only like a couple of hundred people there.
From which side?
No. The night march
Night march.
with the
Tiki torches.
The tiki torches. Yeah.
Tiki torch. Tiki
There were only a few hundred people there, and what the fuck were they going to do? Nothing.
No wait.
They-
So the
they-
night march
they-
happened, and then the next day the incident.
No, okay. So the night march and the next day the rally,
Right.
that was permitted by the Virginian government.
To have that rally. Yeah.
Right. They had
Yeah.
licenses and everything.
Yeah.
So the police were meant to be there, meant to protect them, right? Because it's a freedom of speech thing,
Mm-hmm.
right? You're allowed to do this.
Mhm.
You apply for a permit
Yeah.
and you can do all these kind of things.
Mm-hmm.
So where shit hit the fan was that people came to counter protest them,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So that is the recipe for disaster.
Yeah.
So if you have these fellas, I definitely do not agree with what they're saying. As a brown man, I can definitely not
Yeah.
agree with them. But just let them do whatever they want.
Ignore them,
yeah,
right?
Just ignore them. Few hundred people, man.
No, I
In a
think.
country with 300 million people,
Yeah.
right? Ignore them. Don't give them any news coverage.
No, okay. They were there to protest the taking down of the Robert E.
Dude, but whatever
Lee,
fuck they protest,
statue.
if no one gives a fuck, few hundred people protesting, no one is going to give a fuck.
Was it really only a few hundred?
Yeah.
But like, if you, I think
The,
it's quite
the numbers reported were between 260 to 300.
so a few hundred.
Yeah.
Yeah.
200.
If you watch the video from Vice,
Yeah.
that half an hour, that's a half an hour mini
Yeah.
documentary, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You look at the night march.
Yeah, but they were insane. The
But I
things they
mean-
were
I mean
saying,
the-
the thing that they were spouting is.
The words they
yes.
were shouting a
Yeah.
little bit. Crazy.
But they have the right to say whatever fuck they want.
I know. No.
That's
I mean,
what their country
as
gives
in,
them.
As in not outwards, not the protest, but when she was interviewing them, it's like
Oh yeah.
I was like, what?
Wow.
Do you
I
hear
think
yourself?
the best tool that people who are against these people have is to allow them to speak.
And just ignore them
No, allow them to speak. Allow them to sprout out their
in
their
public.
vitriol and everything. And then you as a rational person listen to it
Oh,
and just disagree with it.
no. I think that's
Mm.
where they're worried, cause
Yeah.
you forget they I think they tried that and then Trump became president
No,
and then
Trump became
they
president.
tried that and
because
then Hillary
people-
won the
No,
the
because
thing.
people outright just tried stopping people from just listening to him. They're like, oh, no, if Trump is going to speak, we are going to protest, we are going to do that, we are going to do this. No, then people are like, why are you protesting this guy?
Or
You
maybe
don't
like-
want me to listen to him. Who are you to do that? I want to listen to him.
right.
Let me make a choice. Don't stop me from making a choice. I'll listen to him. I'll listen to Hillary. I'll listen to any other person, Gary Johnson or whoever,
Yeah.
and then I'll come to my own conclusion. You don't tell me who to listen to.
Maybe
Yeah.
That's
they
what
lost
happened.
faith.
Yeah.
That's what happened. And Hillary was no saint as well. So that's totally different. You can't conflate these two things.
I mean, I'm thinking that maybe they have doubts that they are rational people anymore. So there's like,
But
shit,
even
everyone's
those
not
peop- even those people who came for the counter protest, they were not rational as well.
A lot of emotions were definitely in place, lah.
Exactly.
Okay.
A lot of
Yes.
emotions. I mean, when you have
Emotion
Yeah.
trumped reason.
I mean, when you have the statue of like the rebel army who fought against the U.S. government, like, you know, and then they want to take it down because, you know, it's a, you know, being in like if you're like a minority, if you're a black community, that statue itself represents, you know, part of like the old America where slavery
it
was,
means different things to different people.
and it's
to the
and
whites,
it's in the capital as well.
mm.
So it's outside one of the courts or something. So they want like take it down and put something else in this place. But
Well,
of
you
course,
see,
the other guys,
that's a minority,
yeah,
right? If the blacks are saying that, that's like, dude, you can tell that a farmhouse might remind them of fucking their ancestors being whipped and being made to do work, sleeping in a farmhouse. So it no longer have farmhouses. You see, whatever you want, you can pick. You can just pick anything and say that, oh, this reminds me of this. This should no longer be there. No, it happened. Yes, everyone acknowledges that slavery happened. Even the
why-
white supremacists would acknowledge that
Yeah,
why-
of
because
course.
they want
no.
it back.
But why would they want to take it down? Why not just move it to a museum or something?
Exact. No.
No,
you
yeah,
see-
yeah. So that's
you see,
part of the
all
whole
these kind of things.
thing
All
lah.
these kind of things can be, talked
Oh,
out.
Yeah.
Easy dialogue. Just
Yeah.
talk. You don't need all this kind of shit. But then again, look at who are the people who are protesting against the removal of the statue. Look at them. Half of them are serious. There are serious issues with them.
Yeah.
A guy who's armed to his teeth.
Well, like he was wearing Calva or something, right?
Kevlar.
Kevlar.
He had like
He
four
had, like,
fire, four
He had
concealed fire.
four handguns.
Yeah, concealed. Then
He had
AK-47s.
two automatic weapons.
Yeah.
He had a knife.
Yeah. They had
All of that-
sticks as well. They had sticks and they have like
No, this was on his
on his
himself.
person.
Yeah, on his
Oh
person.
really?
Yeah,
In the protest?
in
No,
the
he
hotel
was-
room. He
He
was
picking
like
them
showing
up
it.
one by
Right,
one.
right,
then
right.
he
No,
was-
Yeah.
but in the protest on the streets,
Some of them were.
yeah, some of them were armed
they
as
they
well.
have like sticks and like they were wearing masks as well, right?
No. The white supremacists weren't wearing masks. They were wearing helmets.
Helmets, correct. And they were
he-
carrying sticks
He
as
said he
well.
was proud of his people because they showed a lot of restraint.
You know,
No, but
the thing is that even in that clip, you can see that there were some people who were protesting the white supremacist group
Right.
who were initiating contact.
yeah, they did the maze.
The
they mazed him
maze
twice.
and they were throwing like
They
rocks.
mazed that
on-
guy twice.
They were throwing
Yeah.
things at them. They were shoving them into
Yeah.
the cops.
Right, yeah.
They were
Yeah.
doing so many different things.
Yeah.
So, you can't say collectively, this group is just here to create violence or whatever. There are individuals within the group, within both the groups,
Yeah.
who can incite shit at any time.
Yeah.
Who's going to cover everything? Who's going to be there taking a video?
Mm.
But luckily it was caught on the clips that Vice had.
Yeah.
That, both sides. And then you could see that one guy from the pro-white shit using the stick to beat someone,
Yeah.
right? So
Then-
you see violence on both sides.
Oh, but it was
But and that's what Trump said. Both sides were wrong.
quite flimsy. No, Trump.
He said that.
Yeah, he said that, but
He said that there was
he should
there
have
was shit on both
he should have
sides.
taken the strongest stance
About what?
Against
about
white
Nazi,
nationalists.
about the neo-Nazi thing. It's not
No, but
it's
you
not
see,
become
whatever they feel like, right?
no,
It's
no,
their right.
as in that guy, he lost that credit when he tweets about everything. This kind of thing.
Yeah.
Then he chooses to take a more political stance, but then that kind of thing, nah. I can't
No,
stand with him.
but this will happen in multiple countries.
I-
I'll
I-
give you an example. India.
I
Mahendra Singh Modi,
no, I mean,
the prime minister of the
Yeah.
country, right?
Yeah.
He was a chief minister in a state, right? And in that state, Gujarat,
mhm.
there was a fucking mad massacre of Muslims
Mm.
by pro-Hindu right-wing nutters,
Mm.
right? They killed people who were not Muslims as well, burned their houses and shit like everything happened. They investigated and this guy just fell through the cracks. This fella just like, oh no, it was not me. I didn't order anything. I was trying to help and all this kind of shit. Eventually, he became the prime minister of the country. Now he's the prime minister,
Uh-huh.
and he became the prime minister because he had the pro-Hindu vote.
Mm.
There are parties in India which are extremely right wing.
Right.
They want India to become a entirely Hindu country,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Like entirely Hindu country, and they will, in
They
their
will
like
kill.
statement, they say that they will tolerate
Yeah.
other religions,
Oh, tolerate.
right? So that word tolerate,
Yeah.
that itself is actually a no go. You don't tolerate,
Yeah.
right?
Tolerate means that something is
I don't
pissing
like
you
it,
off.
but yeah, I
Yeah,
don't
but I
like it,
just
but
have to
yeah,
deal
I
with
just
it,
have to
yeah.
deal. I'll just like close an eye. It's because you are starting from a position that, oh, I'm right, you are wrong, but I'll just close an eye.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is
Mm.
what I feel tolerate is leaning
Yeah.
to mean.
No, but when Trump.
But I mean, okay, going back to sorry, Sean.
No, it's
But
okay.
I mean, going back to the word tolerate, like, should we tolerate like racism when someone like I know the freedom of speech and everything, but should like racist statements in public be made tolerable? Tolerable. You know, that's the line. That's very fine
No,
line.
it just shows their dumbness.
yeah, but okay,
right?
but
So you can't do anything about that.
yeah, but the freedom of speech basically means that the government will not come down on you for freedom of speech, but it
Yes.
doesn't.
You can say anything.
But it doesn't stop you from facing the consequence of that speech. So when you walk
Yes.
around like with tiki torches and say like, oh, you know, whatever shit that they're saying, like,
No, but
What-
you see the
then-
consequences of the speech. So you can put out different consequences, right?
Yep.
One consequence is that someone comes and talks to you, like,
right,
stop saying this kind of things. Or another one, someone verbally assaults you, like, fuck you, like,
Yeah, yeah.
shit, God, you racist motherfucker, all this kind of thing.
Yeah.
Another thing, someone threatens you, you better stop saying all this kind of shit, or, you know, shit's gonna come your way. The next one, threatened with violence or actual violence towards a person.
yeah,
All these things, you can you clearly say that some perfectly fine, some it's a crime, right?
yeah, you can.
But that person saying racist shit, it's not a crime.
over there, lah.
Over there.
Over there, yeah.
Over there.
Yeah.
In America. Because that's the
In
freedom
their
of speech.
freedom of speech.
Yeah.
One of
Yeah.
the amendments or something. I don't
Second
know.
First-
Amendment.
Hmm.
Is it Second Amendment?
First.
One
Huh?
of them, lah.
Is
First
it First Amendment, right?
Yeah, first.
It's one of them.
Second Amendment is a right to bear arms.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
One of them.
Fifth is
Oh, you not say anything. To
not say
impede
anything,
yourself,
yeah,
impede
to
yourself.
to getting into trouble,
yeah,
You-
in a legal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You can't force me to say something, I guess.
Yes.
Fifth Amendment.
Yeah,
Alright,
I plead the
fine.
fifth.
Yeah, but going back to
Yeah, so that's the thing. So you can clearly you can say whatever you want, but no one can beat you up for that, for you saying that. Whatever, you know, the idea that if you say that, face the consequences, right? That's that's just street justice.
no.
In the
I
eyes of
think
the law-
what he meant is, if you say things like that, as long as they're not under the slander and defamation, all this kind of thing, that's the one that you can be prosecuted for. But racism
No, I mean,
doesn't fall into
the-
that.
the-
No,
that-
you won't get prosecuted for.
Yeah,
It'll
yeah.
be a
So-
civil suit.
So the
but
why?
I mean, there should be a sense of responsibility for your actions and also your words in
well, that's
the
over
public
here.
sphere.
Over there, there's no legis.
You
I
have
don't-
to. You need to have that like sense
No,
of
but
responsibility, right?
so
Like
over
what you
there-
say, you need to understand that this is what the consequence of that action would be.
I think
People are
that's
going to
the
get frustrated. People are going to get angry. You're insulting a race of people, a group of people.
That's missing from the
So-
white supremacists.
Yeah, I mean,
They're,
they-
they're,
they
it's
need
not
to-
part of their agenda.
No,
They
but
want
then,
to elicit
okay,
that
then
kind of.
think about it from their point of view. From their point of view,
mm,
this is my actual feeling. This is
Right.
my actual opinion. And I'm being honest with you. And he has, whoever, he, she, whatever, they have the right
to express that.
to express that. If you don't like it, so be it. Disagree with me.
I mean, it could. I mean, this whole conversation should not be held on the streets. It should be held in, let's say, I don't know, open forum or whatever, where you have both parties, representative of both parties, come out and share their grievances or points of view or
Mm.
whatever shit.
It's
A debate
But
kind
then,
of,
but
They
then,
but
felt
not
that-
on the streets when
no,
they're.
they felt the reason why they went to the streets because they felt they were not getting they were not
Mm.
being hurt.
or they will not be hurt.
They will not be hurt. They're not being because these guys they're online. They're everywhere.
Yeah.
on online. So this time is the first time they said like, no, we have to come out and enforce and show people that we're around and we
Right.
mean what we say. And it was like, we care about our survival. In essence, what they're fighting for, the white supremacists or this nationalists, they're fighting for white survival.
Which
They're
doesn't
just
make
worried that the minorities are taking
Mm.
over and they will become the minorities. In essence, they're admitting that
It's a fear.
yes,
It's like a
because
phobia.
they know
of-
how the
yeah.
minorities are being treated. In acting like this, they acknowledge that minorities over there are being treated
or were
unfairly-
treated badly
or were treated unfairly,
by them.
and they don't want to be in that position.
sense. Alright.
Yes, they don't want to be in that position. They know that once a certain race is outnumbered, I would
Right.
say, and once they start to become obsolete, or not say obsolete, but like maybe technologically inferior and all that, they get replaced. It happened when Columbus came over, and
Yeah, but
the migrants came over and then completely
yeah.
took away all the lands. Like they're afraid that happens to them. They're admitting
Mm.
it.
Yeah.
That they're admitting that it happened and they don't want it to happen to them. That's why they're fighting so hard to prevent it. But they're
Yeah.
also in denial. They're trying to make it sound. There's an interview somewhere. I saw it. This guy was talking to like white supremacists and then other so-called people, and he was asking. It was actually a comedian. It was like I forgot what's his name. The Australian guy.
Jim Jeffries.
Yes, he was doing it. He was asking two different people, and then they gave answers like saying what the Civil War was about.
Mm.
So if I ask like a white supremacist or a nationalist they'll say it was them seceding from America for independence. It was a fight for independence.
For the South one in
No,
independence.
for the South,
Yeah.
independence from the
The
North.
Confederates.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Confederates from the North. That's
Yeah.
what they see it like. But everyone else sees it for what it is, which was the abolishment of slavery. It was about
not
slavery.
really.
Not actually.
Not really.
Yeah.
They were saying something like, you ask most of them, but I'm not sure about their history, but
Yeah.
what I know about the Civil War is slavery was one of the reasons why
One of the
South.
yeah,
Many,
the
many.
South
Yeah.
wanted to secede from the North, because Abraham Lincoln and the rest of them wanted to abolish slavery,
No, actually Abraham Lincoln wanted to unite the whole of,
unite, and then but they also
America.
he wanted also to
Yeah.
abolish slavery.
No, I think that was a eventual thing.
Yeah.
But the main purpose was to
unite the
all
whole
the
Yeah.
yeah.
So the South
50
sees it as a fight for independence.
Yeah.
And then everyone else is not like saying like
It's actually a rebel army
it's a rebel.
going against the United States.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To fight for to fight basically for what they saw was their right,
Yeah.
which is currently
No, and the funky thing was that all these people were all fighting against the British at one point.
yeah. Before
Exactly.
before that was the revolution,
Yeah.
revolution, the American Revolution, where they fought against the British Empire to claim back proper independence from them, something like that. The Redcoats.
Yeah.
I mean, Joe Rogan said it pretty well on his podcast when he was talking about the Charlottesville thing. It's like, can't the driver of the car actually see that how he was saying that there's this group of identity politics have taken over like Western
Yeah,
ideologies.
whether
in
you're
the-
left, right.
left,
yeah.
right, liberal.
we split you down, like your
Dem-
even your gender, your race, like
Yeah.
your left right now is like alt left, alt right, all these kind of stupid words that come up
All
with.
these kind of new,
And-
like the same shit with fake news. Like all these new terms being coined. Some fella must be like, I want to
So
get
there's
the word
right,
of the
and then
year.
there's
Yeah,
alternate
Whatever
right.
shit, and just start coining all this kind of new terms.
And these terms
No,
lock people
bullshit.
down into their, like
You're
who
just
you are.
segregating people more,
Yeah.
even more.
Segregating people more. And the guy who drove the van into that
Not
crowd
van,
of car into the he's driving a car into a group of Americans, and then the lady that he killed was a white lady,
No,
and so like
I still haven't
paralegal.
Actually, I haven't gotten his so-called reason or what caused it. Because
Yeah,
I
like-
saw the car, and I saw
It
the
was
other car in
waiting.
front.
It was like waiting for people
Yeah,
to
when
disperse.
suddenly he just
no,
went
and
in.
then people started like hitting the car.
So was he provoked into it? No
You-
one
no,
actually knows.
That's the thing that the white supremacist, the leader of the protest, he was saying that he was provoked. This guy, the driver, was provoked,
yeah.
right? But you can see that in the clip. Like people were like hitting the car and shit like that. That's when he like stepped on the
gas. Yeah.
and then he backed up because people started like surrounding the car, bashing the car
But
from all
shouldn't it
sides.
have been the other way around? It's like, he could have chosen to ease out of that
Hit-
situation.
You see, all these kind of things he
Yeah,
could
so
have, he
could have,
c-
but
you
he
know,
chose.
should have.
He chose
He
Yeah.
chose to do that.
So he needs to face the consequences. of
Exactly.
what's
No,
happening.
no rational person would be saying that, oh, this fella is innocent or what.
I
Yeah.
know
No, he
the-
did something, but
The leader was saying that he's.
oh,
the guy
the-
actually like-
Oh,
that's why I said no rational
and you know,
person.
he saw on his laptop while they were interviewing. His laptop had like the swastika and
Yeah.
Yeah.
things.
I mean the
Makes you twitch.
rationality goes out the window when you have the like a swastika tattooed on your
Yeah.
chest. I mean,
Do
something
they-
is wrong up there. already.
They understand what it stands for. Do they? I'm hoping they understand what
No,
when
it's
they
the
put it
same.
on.
This is same thing with to a certain extent as religion. People cherry pick,
Mm.
right? You choose what you want.
Hmm.
You know you don't think about how most of the people who the Germans killed were all whites.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who,
That
whites,
white supremacy.
whites
Yeah.
that they considered subhuman.
Subhuman, yeah.
Yeah.
But, but most of them were all white.
Yo,
Yeah.
You
it's,
killed
it's the same
you killed
with the,
Polacks. You killed Russians,
Gypsies,
gypsies,
homosexuals as well.
No, it's the same with
White, black,
with
whatever.
the white nationalists. We saw that interview with
French
with
people,
the
all the French
Yeah.
the French.
fuckers. You bombed England,
Yeah, true.
right? All these people are white, but
Yeah.
what the fuck is wrong?
But they were not German.
You see, exactly.
Hmm.
They were not Germans. They were not allies, and they could attack them back.
Mm.
That's why they did it.
That's
Yeah.
one.
It
thing.
nothing to do with white supremacy, what fucking race or whatever shit. No, it's not. And his personal hatred towards Jews.
Or anyone that who's not like white.
Not like them.
It started off with
Europeans.
the Jews, lah.
Yeah.
It
No,
started off with the
We
Jews.
saw the other interview with the Chinese guy with the one white nationalist, and then the Chinese guy was talking about.
Oh yeah.
He was like saying, how come you can pick and choose your heritage? Like he said, because most of the
Oh,
whites here
Africans.
are
We are
like,
all from
we're
Africa.
like descended
Yeah.
from the Europeans and all that. But he said, no, actually everyone comes from like Africa. So why can't you like call yourself an African?
Yeah.
And he starts
Start
to, like,
twitching.
Oh my God, what's this guy saying?
Yeah, I think I think we need to start like pigeonholing anyone like with a different belief system or different ideology into like, oh, this person is in this subgroup, therefore he's not
Or,
the same.
The
we need to-
the Nazis and the rest, right? They all had this kind of they said scientific racism. They used the fact that they're putting
No,
it down to
was not scientific.
I
It
know,
was
it's like,
more
I-
philosophy.
no
Friedrich Nietzsche, right?
Nietzsche, yeah.
one is that, and then the other one is not say they based it on pseudo scientific. It's like something like they're saying like this certain race is more inclined to this kind of behavior and all that kind of thing to justify why they're classifying people.
Who said this?
White supremacists,
But they
Nazis
claim-
and the rest.
They,
But you see, these are
It's
all
claims,
yeah,
these
claims,
are all,
ah.
but most of them are not bright
No,
colors.
and it's
Let's
not
put it
it's
that
not
way.
justified. It's like they're saying that if
Yeah.
you're this color, right, you're more inclined to this action.
Yeah.
But the truth of the fact is that it's the environment you're in. It's like I can put a very if you're like this certain race and what, right, but if I give you this kind of things, you will turn out that way. It's not because of your color or your race.
Yeah.
It's the
It's
the
the
things that you're
environment.
given. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
the culture
It's like I
surrounding
put-
you.
Yeah.
If I put
That's how.
anyone, if you put me in an American ghetto and I had to grow up there,
You would be.
I'll be dead lah. But
yeah.
it's like hypothetically say I'm.
No,
actually
you won't
quite
be
tough.
dead.
Not me. I'm
Oh,
I'm
maybe
saying
diabetes.
Like if I was like this, I'd probably die. But but over there, so
Yeah.
I'd probably be. I might be raised up. Like I could be. Have to steal for a living and all this kind of thing just to survive.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then,
Yeah.
I do agree. Yeah, like they have to see that race is actually more or less a human construct,
correct.
and it's culture that
They've
binds people
they've
together.
seen it from a biased point of view. They've seen it because they've been brought up one way. They've been given certain privileges, if I want to put it that way. Like they've grew up in a well-to-do neighborhood,
Middle class, upper
Middle
middle class,
class,
and
yeah.
but then tragedies strikes. Like
Mm.
somehow the economic downturn hits, and then they lose their jobs, and now they're like like, oh shit, why is this happening? And then they need someone to blame, and then now they find like, hey, these people, they're
scapegoat
the
basically to
ones, yeah.
blame for their.
They're the ones, and then he picks and chooses. Hey, actually, it's this race. We can see it's like they're more prone to violence and all that. No, or some nonsense like that, lah.
Or like immigrants coming here to take our jobs.
That's
whatever.
where it stems from.
Some-
It's fear, and it's true. They've actually admitted that white survival. They're like thinking, they're gonna be They're gonna be replaced. But it's not something you can fight. It's
No,
globalization.
that's true. We're all going to be replaced by robots
No.
in the near future. But that's a
But the
topic for a
mix-
different day.
The mixture cannot be avoided. I mean, they can quote like China and India. You know, China is very strict about their things and all that.
Yeah.
that. So, but if you open yourself to globalization, that is the natural
Yeah,
outcome.
and they should be
People-
proud of like like of their country. And
Yeah, because
they
you
should not.
stagnate.
When you go around the streets like spouting this kind of bullshit, you're hurting your own Americans, man. They have to see it from that point. You're hurt your own people, not like white, blacks, Latinos.
No, but the thing is that you will have a group of people like this everywhere in the world, not only America.
Yeah, no, that I agree. I
Yeah.
agree. But I'm saying that people should understand that like we are like, for example, we are Singaporeans, right? We are not like split. I don't see you as like a Chinese man or Indian man
You
or
see
me
us
as like a
as-
Chindian man. I see us as Singaporeans, and as a culture together, we grew up in Singapore and we experienced the same thing, like food, language, and
Yeah.
comedy.
But
So that binds us
Ah.
together as a
but
society.
you see, even that national identity thing, it's a forced thing,
What do you mean by force?
because you need that for the betterment of the country. If you don't have a national identity, you are just a human being.
Yeah.
You fulfill your own purpose. Your purpose is not going to be for the betterment of the country, for the betterment of my neighbor
You just
in
need
this
to eat.
country. You just need to eat to survive, dude. You need shelter, you need clothing, you need water, and you need food on your table,
Mm-hmm.
right? Your basic needs. That's
Primal needs are your
primal
basic-
needs, and then fornication, sorry.
Fornication.
Fornication, yeah.
Fornication.
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, that's it. But
Mm.
for the country to survive and to prosper,
Yeah.
it has to make sure that it's the people have a national identity,
Mm.
like some pride in the country, and foster bonds within people. Or your neighbors work together. You look at this estate, it's so good because you guys have looked after and you're paying taxes and
Yeah.
everything.
Mm.
That's because the country needs to prosper.
right.
But if you look beyond that,
Mm.
if you look at just your individual needs, you won't give a fuck. You can be a citizen of the world. You can go wherever and live.
I don't really think so though. I don't really think so.
No, that is because people think that okay, I'm limited by certain things.
Mm.
I should remain in the country. But if you don't have a national identity, you can go anywhere.
But culturally though, can you fit into any other place?
You can if you get out of that that glass prison. That is, you think that I'm from this culture and this is me.
No, but the betterment of the country is our purpose. Right?
Who says that that's your purpose?
No, it's in order to survive in the world.
Not really.
It's important to each of us to have a national identity in order for Singapore to prosper, in
I-
order to keep our
Culture, I think culture is the
culture is
yeah.
culture is one thing, but our culture is quite similar to Malaysia and Indonesia. But our national identity keeps us competitive. It keeps us
I
valid.
don't when
No,
I when
but it keeps us
No,
valid in
you
the
see,
world,
what
right?
what I was saying
Uh-huh.
was actually what you just said right now. Us.
mm.
You saying us.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have adopted that cultural that identity, that
Oh, you mean
national identity, saying that I'm a
Mm.
Singaporean,
right.
right? So
Yeah.
it's just another level.
another
so
level above
so it's like
identifying yourself as Chinese and Indian?
yeah. So the basic way of identifying yourself is I'm human.
Mm-hmm.
Then the next level, I'm a Singaporean.
Mm-hmm.
Next level, I'm Chinese, Malay, Indian, Eurasian, mixed race, whatever.
Mm.
Right? Then next level, but you can substitute it.
I'm a rich Chinese.
I'm a rich Chinese. I'm a middle class Chinese. I'm a lower middle class Chinese. Whatever.
Right.
It's all the different ways that you want to see yourself.
Ah,
You want to classify yourself as. So
Yeah.
whichever way you want to classify yourself as, people still find some faults with you. You say that you're human. Oh, what about the pets? What about the dogs? What about the cats? Don't be just a human. Be a passionate, compassionate human being. Go vegetarian. Whatever shit you can find to classify
Yeah.
yourself.
but then we can choose one that is the better
Yeah,
section for
that's
everyone,
the thing,
right?
that we all have the choice
To choose one.
Mm.
to choose whichever you want, lah. Or
It's
you
like-
can choose multiple, lah. You can say that. Oh, I'm
But
a
so far, the one
Singaporean
with the greatest
Indian,
benefit is the one that where you identify at least
The
at the national
benefit is
level.
up to you to decide. Whatever you feel that it's beneficial to you, you can
No,
decide
but
it.
the national level is like the level where the, I mean, tolerance. No, it's the national level is the best level. Not say best level. Is the much more ethical, moral level to be. Like it
Not-
won't lead to so much like hatred.
But you see,
as
at the end of the
rest.
day,
Like if I identify a
there,
Chinese
there's
so
no
much,
there's
right,
no global ethical standard to follow.
then shouldn't we work to one?
It will never happen.
That's very cynical.
Global ethical standard.
No, I mean like national level is where it's where the norm is, right? Because there's no denying that there's China, there's Singapore, there is America, that it's already there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we identifying as Americans, identifying as Singaporeans, that's a natural state. We've already made the choice that we have these countries. In order to go up one level back, we have to break down all the borders and everybody will be called Earth. Earth, I mean, like, no more countries and everything. It's just everyone's a state of human. This is a state of like a.
I think
human
what Deepan
race.
is saying is that's a more philosophical kind
Yeah.
of outlook
I'm
in
not
life.
saying that it has
Not
to
a
be
physical
that, yeah, I'm
thing.
not saying that it
No, I
has
mean
to be
like
physically that
like
way.
We're not
Yeah.
physically.
I'm saying like
That's not possible. The
definitely
human
not
one's
possible.
But we're at the state where we're at different countries. So identifying at the national level should be where we're at, instead
Yeah.
of focusing on the level in front, which is racial, which is the one we're avoiding, the one that causes a lot of friction. If I identify too much as a Chinese, too much as an Indian, too much as what, and I focus on that, like, oh, majority Chinese. The Chinese are more productive than so and so. That will cause a
No, but
friction.
even okay, sorry, son. But even when you say Chinese, right? I'm pretty sure you don't identify yourself as a Chinese, someone
I
who's
mean,
from China.
yeah. So
I mean, the
like-
culture in China is
So
very
you say
different
that
from
I'm
But-
a Singaporean Chinese.
No, but
That's
even
what
firstly-
you say. You
firstly,
will
yeah,
identify
Singaporean,
yourself.
yeah.
You'll make
you want
that.
to
You'll
identify
make
as
that.
Singaporean Chinese, American Chinese, China Chinese, Indian Chinese, all the Chinese things. But when you focus on that one, you bring it back down, right? You bring it to a level where it starts to get a bit more. There's a lot more friction that could arise from there. So shouldn't we steer away from that
No,
and
but
go
no,
towards the national?
you can never steer away from that.
I know the can never, but I understand all the views. But I'm saying that that's the level we were trying to move away from. Correct? We should try to move away from that.
From looking,
The racial
yeah,
point
yeah,
of
yeah,
view.
and look at us as Singaporeans.
Correct.
As
That's
one.
what
Mm.
that's
As
what
number one, yeah.
Josiah said, and there's nothing wrong with that. So when you're
Oh,
saying
I'm
the
not
other
saying that
levels,
it's
I know,
wrong.
mean,
I'm not
wrong,
saying that it's wrong.
Yeah.
when
But
you're saying all those levels, it's moot. We're at one point where we should be not should be striving towards the national level, national identity.
No, I
Which
think
is-
when Deepan says like humans, right? Like
Mhm.
humans first, he's talking about like a philosophical outlook in life that we are all actually the same, but just we grew up in different cultures. That's why our upbringing
because
is
that
different.
one's
yeah,
an-
no,
Yeah.
and I'll elaborate on that.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you think about it. When even at a national level, if you're going to strive for like national identity to be like the most rational level that you can start with,
Mm.
or let's stop at that.
Uh-huh.
Okay, let's like, for example, you can like
No, I'm not
correct me. No,
disagreeing.
you can
I-
correct me
I'm
where
saying-
I'm trying to guess what you're saying. I'm trying to like clarify what you're saying. So let's just stop it at we are all Singaporeans,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
right? And then let's work from there. Instead of going from like Singaporeans say, oh, I'm a Singaporean Indian, I'm Singaporean Chinese, like I'm Chinese, you're Indian, or whatever. Let's not go to that. Let's just say that we are all Singaporeans and let's work towards harmony and everything, right? That's the crux of what you were trying to say.
That's where it is right now. Isn't
Okay,
it
no,
right
that's a totally different thing.
No?
But was that what you were saying?
now? Yeah,
Like,
let's work together to that lah.
okay. But the
Mm.
thing is that even in that, your country is not going to be filled with only Singaporeans. Your country is going to be filled with foreigners coming to work,
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
right? Expats,
Right.
tourists, and all. And how many times have we seen in our country itself people going against Filipinos, Bangladeshi, China, people from China, PRCs,
Yeah.
white people?
But that's yeah,
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
correct.
So the thing is that, yeah, you want to foster, like, that's what I was saying, like, there's a reason why national identity is a very important thing for a country,
Uh-huh.
right? It's for its economic growth, the stability and the peacefulness of the country and everything. The
Yeah.
government needs it. But
Mm.
for individual citizens to lead a peaceful life, you should go beyond that. You should go beyond national
To
identity.
go to the human one.
You should go to the human level.
Mm.
Everyone is human,
Yeah, yeah.
right? So respect them for that.
Mm.
Treat everyone equally, right? Let's not even go through the entire list of different things: nationality, race,
Mm.
religion, sex.
Uh-huh.
No, let's not even go through that list. Just treat everyone as a fellow human being. I think
Yeah.
it will start to become much easier that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was what I was actually
Serious?
going at.
I got nothing against that. It was just like
Yeah.
saying
Yeah,
that
yeah, that was what
That's
I was
very
saying.
well put.
that's
Like
good.
like for example, like an immigrant coming to Singapore to work, you have to first and understand that he has a family, maybe like
Exactly.
his parents.
There's a
in-
reation why the person is here.
Yeah.
Oh no.
And
He's
you know that
supporting
Did
his
you
family.
did you
Yeah.
misunderstand when I said national identity as in to go there? I'm saying that that's where we are right now.
no,
We're
I took it
identi-
as plain as possible, like as
So it's-
literally as
so
possible.
national identity.
National
yeah, that's
identity.
a national identity. I'm not saying
Mm.
we should be bigoted against the rest of them. I'm saying we should move away from all of that. But where we are now is at the national
yeah.
identity.
No, that's why I did not. I said national identity. It's not enough, or it's usually used for a different purpose.
Used for a different purpose.
Yeah,
Not here, right? I think we're quite kind over here. What?
that one we.
I say hi to the guy at the bottom. The
Guy at the bottom.
The guy at the bottom. Is like,
That's-
I say hi as possible as I can. No, no, he's
No,
really
you see-
below. It's not. He's not. He's not. I stay high rise, lah, bro. Guys
we,
at
are,
bottom is the only way.
we are pretty high right now.
Yeah,
high
the-
rise. Yeah.
The way to refer to him is like the
Higher
the
than
man,
10th floor.
the man down there,
The man that
the man
Where?
down there.
All this. What is this? A
Innuendos.
euphemism for?
No, it's. Oh,
Yeah. So
talking about levels though. Where we were, it's like Charlottesville. There was one level.
no,
it was-
but we were talking about this, and then we transition into like the racism and everything,
Yeah.
and you can see parts of it in Singapore as well.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see it in Singapore.
Yeah.
Recently, Channel News Asia published this article, right? The article was about how a Swiss hotel, a resort hotel in Switzerland, had like sheets of papers saying that to our Jewish patrons,
Huh?
please shower before using the swimming pool.
Yeah.
And then another piece of paper said, for our Jewish patrons, you can only use our freezer in the staff room from this time to this time and this time to this time.
Whoa, why?
Right? And then when you read the article, it becomes clearer. It says that resort gets frequented by Hasidic Jews, and some of them were not showering before they entered the pool. So other patrons of the hotel were like,
Oh.
that's not right. So they complained, and then they were like, okay, put that. Right? And then because most of the Hasidic Jews are very, very kosher,
Right.
so they didn't want to eat at the hotel.
Mm-hmm.
So they wanted their own food.
Right.
So they bought food and they requested a freezer from the hotel. So the hotel said that you can use our staff freezer.
right.
But the overwhelming numbers and people just went in and out of the staff room. So they were like,
But they
okay.
directed it to the Jews.
Yes, because it's meant for the Jews.
No, but
Mm.
couldn't they just? Okay, no, I mean the freezer one. There's no point because that's specifically for them.
Yeah.
But the pool one is like,
Yeah,
isn't
so-
it well known? Like
so
everyone
the-
should shower before they go
Yeah. So the hotel manager, the lady who put it up,
in. Uh-huh.
she expressed regret that she could have worded
okay.
Worded
worded
it
the thing
much
better.
better lah.
Yeah. To just say that, whoever is going to use the pool, please shower before you use it,
Yeah.
right? But because of overwhelming numbers of Hasidic Jews at that resort,
Yeah.
they at that moment she saw it fit that she put Jewish.
Oh, and then I'm
Yeah.
guessing they raised up concerns about
Oh, dude. It became a huge thing.
anti-Semitic Swiss hotel.
Anti-Semitic Swiss hotel. Israeli minister condemning them for shit and everything. It became such a big hoopla, and I was reading through the comments.
Mhm.
Right.
It was insane.
The comments are the interesting part.
And you see Singaporeans duking out in the comments. You got an Indian guy who's like saying that, yeah, fuck. The Holocaust is the last thing that we need right now and everything. I was like, what the fuck? And
Oh,
then-
you mean he was speaking up on behalf of the
No, and then after that, there was like below that, there was another Indian guy who said that, yeah, they are being mistreated. Israel is the only democracy in the Middle East and all this.
Wow.
And then
Wow.
you had people from their names. From the names seem like Muslim people, so they are commenting that this is not. It's not a big matter.
Yeah.
It's a thing from a hotel.
Yeah, but the hotel took it down, right?
The,
After
They-
the
they
hotel
took
took
it
it down. They
They
changed it.
changed
They
it, yeah.
apologized for
Okay.
it and
to
everything.
everyone has to.
Yeah,
to
so
shower.
it immediately became a matter within the few Singaporeans within that thread that Jewish people are being persecuted throughout the world. They were persecuted. Now they are still being persecuted. And then it just went on from that to Israel and Palestine.
Oh
and,
my god.
and
Wow.
and just like seeing the two Indian guys
Yeah.
go like back and forth to everyone who was commenting on that.
You mean
Yeah.
they took the time to like? They
No,
were-
no, that
It's like,
it
what?
just showed
How much free time they had?
that is one, and their hatred towards Muslims.
Mm.
Muslims.
Yeah,
I mean, these two Indian guys were like attacking. Like
Yeah, they
using
were-
their
they were-
chance to, like,
totally supportive of Israel and
Singaporean.
Singaporean. Yeah.
Singaporean Indians guy against.
All whoever who was Muslim or Chinese or whoever who was like telling that
It's just a
Yeah,
small
you're
thing.
bringing it
lah.
out
No,
of- yeah.
cannot. Must.
Yeah.
and
fight.
then it just went full blown. It just went into like Palestinians are being tortured and everything.
Yeah.
And then they were like, no, who are the fellas bombing them and who are the suicide bombers and everything?
And these are the people who have never set a foot on any of those grounds.
I have no clue if
The-
they have
it's
or if they have not.
Pretty accurate to say yes.
Yeah, probably. They probably wicked it. It's like, oh, hey, Gaza Strip. Okay, can.
Oh, I should talk
Yeah,
about this
and
today.
there are points when they were trying to like prove that, the Jewish people, the land belongs to them and everything.
Yeah.
It was so like
The land belongs to them.
yeah.
That, wait.
That is
Palestinians or the-
Zionist
or the-
propaganda
or
saying
the-
that the entire landmass
Oh, Israel. Oh, the whole thing.
it belongs to the Jewish people. That's fucking
That's been happening a
propaganda.
long time ago, ever since the Crusades, right? Or something like that.
Dude, those things are based on religious texts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
King.
Did it
You would rather put religious, like you would rather file all these kind of things under the fiction section. But you see, they don't do that. They have a religious section. They don't put it.
No, because those things can't be proven or what. Fiction has
Exactly.
to be, fiction has to be like really false, like no, just made up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this
So
is
if you,
in
if
limbo.
You, if you put religion, if you put a Bible in that section, or you put the Quran in that section, prepare for war.
Exactly. That's why you have a religious section.
Religious section, yeah.
If
Right?
popular
So
did it,
this
it's
is
like,
in limbo.
"Ooh."
It's
Yeah.
a matter of faith, and you want to
Yeah.
believe in it. You believe in it,
Yeah.
right? So this should not dictate policy.
Oh yeah, of course. Of course.
This should not dictate international law.
Yeah. Of course.
It's meant to be secular. So if your claims are solely based on all these the religious texts, your holy book or whatever, the Torah and all, then dude,
It's a bit dodgy.
you don't have a claim.
Yeah. It's a bit
You
dodgy.
really don't have a claim.
Yeah.
So I was like, wow. And someone like I have had an argument with someone on Facebook before.
Oh,
Comments.
not in that.
not
post.
in this thread, like quite some time ago.
About the
Uh,
whole
that-
Israel
that-
thing.
Yeah, the Israel Palestine thing. And I was like, wow, this person like where then I just asked, can you cite your sources?
Yeah.
And then I just got a fucking rhetoric of like posts.
All on
like-
religious
like-
texts.
It was as good as Wikipedia lah. Like
Oh, okay.
Right.
then the person like cited the encyclopedia from the 1920s.
Uh-huh.
It was a French encyclopedia, and they had a picture of the Palestinian flag or Israeli flag with the the Zionist, the
Yeah.
Star of David and everything. And that encyclopedia is known for being pro-Zionist,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
And you cite pro-Zionist material as a source for your argument.
The irony.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Would it be sad that you actually had those things prepared beforehand?
Oh yeah, no, it.
Like he's used it on many
Eh,
other
But
other
there's a trend though.
comment threads.
There's a trend though.
Mm. copy and
There's a
paste.
trend.
Huh?
There is a trend,
Of,
from what I have noticed.
of what?
Those people who usually make these kind of claims
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
are mostly Christians.
Oh.
Like
or Zionists. lah.
Christian?
yeah,
or
or
Zionists,
Zionists.
yeah.
Maybe Zionists. Yeah. So these people are extremely pro towards the. They are very sympathetic towards the Israeli side of things,
Mm.
and they are not sympathetic towards the Palestinian side of things.
That's
Yeah.
kind of weird, right? You would expect them to be, at least be Jewish. Of
Chris-
the Jewish section of Christianity.
Yeah, it's
Christianity and because the Old Testament and the Torah
Yeah.
more or less the same.
More or less agree.
More or
lah.
less the
But
same.
thank
yeah.
God, man. If one word differs, then it's like
Oh shit. Oh
we have something
Yeah.
of a different level then.
Yeah. But it's quite sad lah that people look at religious texts and then say like, oh, this land belongs to me because
no.
it was
Yeah, that's the
written
thing.
by-
I'm not sure if you have watched the documentary American Radical.
Not yet.
The Norman Finkelstein story, and he fucking dismembered this book called A Time in Memorial.
Mm.
So it's written by this American Jewish lady, citing the case for why Israel should exist and should exist for the Jewish people, because that entire landmass was meant for the Jewish people.
Right.
Right? And this guy fucking trashed the book.
Right.
Scholarly, in an academic way.
Right.
Trashed the book. And that was like his claim to fame.
Oh, okay.
Everyone recognized him as a serious
Scholar.
academic scholar.
Right.
After that, they were like, whoa, his research is
A time for memorial.
a time in memorial.
A time in memorial.
Yeah, it's an old book.
I'm guessing he's not allowed in Israel.
Yes. And he's Jewish.
Huh?
His parents
That's
His
not bad.
parents were in concentration camps. Both his mom and dad survived World War II.
And he's not allowed in his home. Not say his homeland.
No,
Not
he's not allowed to enter Israel
Really? Wow. That's harsh.
because he is
Pro anti
he's
Zionist.
anti-Zionist. He's anti the Israeli government. He's anti the occupation of Palestine and everything.
Oh, right. That seems normal.
He's anti-war.
Yeah, he's
Anti-war.
anti-war.
Which is what everyone should be.
And he went through like so much shit.
Right.
So much shit. You should watch
He's
the
lucky
documentary.
that they didn't send the Mossad against him.
he most likely might be
Nah,
tailed by the Mossad.
I think maybe because of his name, they won't risk
Too
it.
high
lah.
profile.
They
lah,
won't
too high
risk it.
profile.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but
Especially-
they have done other things to him. They have
Lock him up at airports before you.
No, like he's lost his job
Oh.
at the university.
Oh,
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Because
they,
of this
they
book.
didn't give him tenure.
but then I'm guessing that another university.
No, that's because he had a debate with this lawyer, this Harvard professor called Alan Dershowitz, who was the chief legal advisor to the legal team for O.J. Simpson,
Oh, okay.
right? So this guy is like one of the brightest minds in like law academia,
Right.
right? So this fella wrote a book called A Case for Israel. And Norman Finkelstein read that and was like, this is like bullshit.
Yeah.
And then this guy came up and said that anyone who can find plagiarism or any mistake in my book,
Uh-huh.
I'll give you like a lump sum. I think US 10,000, 20,000, 25,000, something like that.
Right.
I'll give it to you.
Uh-huh.
So Norman Finkelstein took his book, read his book like 2 times or 3 times, found like multiple plagiarisms and all those kind of things, and it was like, yep, I found it.
$20,000.
Wow.
And they had like a debate
Right.
on this channel called Democracy Now, and you can watch it like itself on YouTube, like that debate between them, and it's also like a couple of excerpts are in the documentary American Radical.
We'll definitely be putting the links in the description below.
Yeah, it's you watch the guy being like taken out, but
Hmm.
he has never paid, and then that guy took revenge.
He never
Right.
paid. He never got paid.
Alan Dershowitz took revenge. He called up the
Oh.
uni and shit like that. Yeah, because he's at Harvard,
Right.
right? He's a tenured like professor emeritus at Harvard. And Alan Dershowitz had a what do you call that? Debate with Noam Chomsky.
Oh,
Noam Chomsky and him. It
What
was
a
very good.
Thomas Edison move to make.
From Harvard and all. You know, the elite in America, they feel that they can do anything. And they can do certain things which normal people can't do.
True.
But that brings us to the recent article in Singapore, dude. Like,
In the Straits Time, right?
that was in the forum.
Yeah,
the,
forum, yeah.
the
Letters.
letters. Yeah.
It was written in response to other. I think there was an article saying that RI or something is not what it used to be, or
It
was in
literally about
response-
elitism in
yeah.
Singapore.
it was a response to that. How RI is now moving away and giving maybe I don't know what the article, but I didn't read the article
that-
before that one. But
Yeah.
it was about something about maybe RI, opening their system up to other students from different backgrounds or
Right.
I'm not sure.
No,
It's
I felt that the person who wrote that response
Mm-hmm.
confused themselves with the terms of equality and equity. And I was like, what the hell is going on? Like, do you understand what it both means? And we have talked about it before this, and I think this person doesn't get it. And from what the person is trying to say, I feel that it's just talking about classes.
It
Right.
came. It came
Uh,
from yeah.
Do you want to break down like the difference between equality and equity?
Equity is that you need something to bring you up to feel the same. Okay, so like if you are sitting for an exam and you have a specific condition that does not allow you to like write fast enough, right? So if you go and approach the uni, usually your universities have a equity department, and they were like, okay, review your case, you got evidence and everything. Okay,
So,
so
like maybe
so
he
you're
broke
at you're at a distinct disadvantage, right? So we will give you instead of 2 hours, we will give you 2.5 hours.
so like something like maybe he broke his arm, his master
Yes.
arm. He broke his master arm like two weeks ago or something.
Maybe.
So he
or,
can't.
or maybe even if you have some other condition,
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah.
like
uh,
whatever,
carpal tunnel or something.
as long as it's proven with
Okay.
proper documentation, medical certificates, and everything,
Mm.
they will consider it and they will give you some.
And then by raising you up to 2 hours and 20 minutes, that's equity.
That's equity,
Mm.
right? Equality is that you have 2 hours, I have 2 hours.
Regardless
we,
of where you stand.
we have no conditions, nothing.
Mm.
We are the same. That's equality,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
If I have something and you have something,
Fairness are basically.
if you also have the
fairness.
same thing and I have the same thing, if I get 2.5 hours and you get 2 hours, that's not
Inequal- yeah,
equality.
okay,
That's
yeah, that one's
inequality.
Basically.
You go and claim all these kind of benefits from the equity department, then we are equal.
Right.
So it's something like that.
Right.
But in this, from what the person was trying to say, I feel that is just about class. Saying
Yeah.
that people who usually can't afford to study
are now given the
are now
chance.
given the chance.
And he
That
was-
that is not about it. There's nothing.
He was saying the principal is trying to strive for equality in that sense, and he's saying that they should strive for equity. And then I was, oh, wait, what? That's what,
No,
that's where I got.
yeah.
I mean, I got confused. He wrote it well enough, but I got confused by the way he was going about it, because at one point it also sounded like he was a bit sour about certain ways the RI department was doing stuff, which I kind of think was okay. He was like saying that affluent kids will naturally be given an advantage, and they
Not
should
really.
go to like
Yeah, that
to-
was a bit
like,
of a.
yeah.
Yeah, when he said that, I was like, wow.
Yeah, and then the other thing is like
No, but
he
okay.
says RI is known for churning out future leaders, and then he started going. I was like, they should be going back there again. I was like, okay, did something happen to you? Did you go out somewhere, and then when you mentioned you were from RI, did you not get that
recognition.
sort of recognition that you thought you
Mm.
deserved just from being from that school, and you wanted that back? Is that what you think? And somehow he's trying to say that because he's not getting that, elitism should be, it's like should be brought back. It's like RI should be elite again. Only those rich can go in. That sounded
But that's
kind
not
of
the
wrong.
that's not the way it works, right?
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
and he quoted
No, but
meritocracy
okay,
also.
okay.
It's like,
Think about it. The guy has a point in which saying that the rich have an advantage.
yeah.
Right?
Which is true.
So
It's true at
you
once.
you can get sent to a very very good preschool, kindergarten or whatever, and then your parents might fight to send you to a really good primary school,
Yeah.
right? And then because you go to a really good primary school with really good standing,
Yeah.
maybe better teachers or whatever, you have a better education, you get better tuition and all,
Yeah.
and then you end up going to a better secondary school. Or even if you don't get to go to a better secondary school because of your own merits, like PSLE or whatever, but you get to play sports. You play sports which the big schools want, right? They need good players to come in. You did decently well for your PSLE. Your parents can pay donations or whatsoever, right? They will take you in. So
Yeah.
rich kids have the benefits. They have the upper hand in that situation. But ultimately is whether you can study or not.
Oh no, that's what the other thing
That's
said. It's
the
like,
ultimate thing. That's
he-
meritocracy, what?
no,
right?
at one point he was like saying, why should we bring everyone down to a certain level? It's like, what? He was like saying because the principle is going towards equality. He was like, why are we going to bring the ones on top down to everyone's level? I was like,
Yeah, I don't understand
That's a
what the
bit-
guy is saying with that.
yeah.
We are not bringing the levels down.
He's
we are
giving
trying to
everyone
raise the
same,
levels
yeah, same
and give the people who can reach the same level as the topmost the equal opportunity. Like, if it's like not wasting a talent. If you can
Yeah.
do it, why not?
Yeah.
Come, I'll give you a chance. But you
Doesn't-
have to go through all those fucking boxes to be ticked first,
Yeah.
right? For you to get there.
It doesn't matter how much your family income is.
Yeah.
As if you can meet our standards, come join
We
our.
have, dude, the
you know,
government
something
has
like that.
always been giving scholarships
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe
to students who need it.
like
Yeah.
It's just whether you want to apply for it or not.
Dude, when I read the article, the first thing that came to my mind was like, wow, this guy is definitely born with a silver spoon, and he has not worked for any of the money that he has
I-
enjoyed in his life.
somehow I just felt a bit of bitterness and sourness there. It's like
Yeah.
someone somewhere must have, he's just, I think really when he came out, he didn't get the things he wanted. Like he thought like, I'm from RI. I come from a certain privilege, not so privileged, but I came from, my parents paid for me to
from
go yeah.
reputed
Yeah,
school.
and then he
right?
came out and then someone said
Yeah.
like, RI is like not normal, that this guy from this secondary school is actually much,
Yeah.
more something.
Dude, you see that always like
No, I think maybe he wanted to get somewhere based on the elite name of the school he was from,
but you see,
and not on his own
it's-
capability. And
okay, the school matters to a certain extent, but it's just like a brand.
Yeah.
Same thing with like people from like NUS or NTU or like the top schools.
Yeah.
You can go and study there via your merits or whatever, but how successful you are at the end of the day, it all depends on you,
Yeah.
right? Don't blame it on all other fucking factors. It's all dependent on you.
I could be misunderstanding the way he's writing. If someone wants to go read
but
the link
it
and then
was-
just type in
I don't know.
something
It was,
like the way we're.
it was poorly written for me. From a
Well-
guy from RI, disappointment. But we know people from RI, RJC who have turned out to be degenerates.
True. Yeah. He sounds like a guy who lived off his parents' like hard work for like the past 30 years. The parents like broke their backs, doing business or like making their name in society, and the parents have done well,
mean,
and
the-
he just lived
the-
off the cash, and now he's just a spoiled brat.
No, but
So
the
fuck you,
premise of
dude.
it, the premise of it was interesting because you said elitism. Is it necessary? What is it? Necessary? Elitism is necessary or something.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
No,
I-
you
I
are not
think-
necessary
I
in
think
Singapore.
Elitism, exists. It's not necessary. It just exists because of certain things. Like your father could have worked for his money. It's like not back then. It's like not everyone had that kind of education, but he happens to work really hard. He broke through an idea. He went through. He started up a business, got really rich, and then now he gave that opportunity to you,
Yeah.
and then you get suddenly put into the elite class.
Yeah.
But now you're carrying on the back of your father's success.
I take an issue when he said that affluent kids. Kids are not fucking affluent, man. It's the family that's affluent. The
All
parents
affluent
are affluent.
backgrounds are
The
affluent
parents work
backgrounds.
their ass off to send the kids to a good school. So fucking respect that.
Mm.
Don't shove it down people's face because you come from a rich family. You didn't work for any of their money.
Exactly.
When
And
you
like-
work for your money, yeah, sure, shove it down my face then. But before that, shut the fuck up.
What,
No,
shove
it's
the
like-
money down your face?
He
Shove
was-
the money down my
he
face.
was shoving his dad's success in your face.
Um,
But he's saying that kids with affluent backgrounds should just be like that. You should be, they deserve that kind of they deserve the kind of status and thing that comes along with it. Like schools should there should be. I think maybe his point was that there should be schools meant for the rich.
schools should be
I
meant
think-
to
I think-
educate people.
Correct, I-
Schools
Yeah.
should
I think he's
meant
made
to get the smartest and brightest kids in. Doesn't matter wherever you come
that's
from.
a
You know?
school. That's what
That's-
school should be. But his point, that's the point I got at the end of it. The only one that I could clearly say is his point was there should be schools for the rich, and no
Mm.
one else. Like that school should be for rich kids, and
Right.
that school should be the best, and there should be a best school like that in Singapore. Like that school, that name. That's where I got the. That's what he's thinking, and that's where I got his sourness from. I have a feeling he came out, said I'm from RI, and then expected.
Like some
Like,
form of
oh,
recognition.
you know,
He expected a red carpet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, because last time there was this kind of thing that happened when people hear
Yeah.
it from certain schools, they're like, "Oh yeah, you must be quite this and that." Then after a while, it started to be proving a bit
No, I
false.
think I think this was before the internet age. This was back in the 70s, 60s, like even like
Even
Like,
80s.
80s as well,
Yeah.
before the internet age, before you can have a startup and then make like millions overnight,
Yeah.
you know? Before someone have a brilliant idea who can like just
before
break
people
through.
started recognizing that it's a person's innate talent and skill,
That-
not just
It's all
Yeah.
about
not just your-
exposure. It's all about
Maybe.
exposure to different things.
yeah. So I don't know. Was he just being misguided?
Probably. He's probably
You
living
see,
in a
but the
different
thing
world.
is that we don't know how old this person is.
He just came off from RI. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was a
Probably,
very
yeah.
it was a special article. It's a special. I'd say it's special.
By special, do you mean a retard?
I don't know. Just special. Because I read it and I was trying to make heads and tails. I was
Yeah.
trying to. I was like,
Yeah,
I
when-
thought he was going into a good point. It was like he started off well enough, like equity.
I read it and
quality.
I felt a twitch starting to develop.
No, then
I
he
was
got
like,
to a certain
let
part
me
where he-
share this.
Then he got to a certain part where I was like, okay, what you trying to say now is like,
Yeah, the
we-
way
like
Yeah.
So
the equality and equity part, that itself was like what?
I mean, there used to be a time where you go to a good school, you go to a good uni, you graduate with a degree, and immediately you're granted a job.
yeah.
There used to be a
based
time.
on the name, like the
Yeah,
brand.
But
yeah.
now the world
I
is
think
different,
maybe
man. Like you can't.
that's the thing like maybe
Yeah.
he missed that part, and yeah, of course. I mean, who wouldn't want that? It's like, come on, it's like, I'm from this school.
Yeah,
and,
just
hey, you're from
throw
that
his
school.
cert and he
Dude, there
gets
are
a job.
people from really good universities who really can't do work.
No, but not like whether they're skilled or not.
Really.
Whether they're skilled or not is a different thing. But now our
I might be
economy
one of
is-
them.
You know, it's a different shape now. That you coming from a good school with a good degree doesn't necessarily
yeah.
grant you a job immediately. You know.
Yeah,
The world is
And
changing.
the reason behind that is because just because you're from a good school doesn't mean that you can do work.
Exactly,
Doesn't
yeah.
mean that you can get along with people. Doesn't mean you have like a good
soft skills and everything.
EQ and everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that you can't be a team player. It all
Mm.
depends on the individual.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter which school you went to. I've actually heard someone saying that, oh, wow, fuck, people from because recently, couple of UK unis have been removed from the list of approved universities
Right.
to practice in Singapore.
Right.
Singapore law. So someone like a friend of mine, he was saying that, fuck, Australia. And he studied in the UK, so he was like bitching about it. Like none of the Australian unions have been removed from the list.
Yeah.
It's like, these unis are like ranked, like not even ranked in the like top 1,000 and everything. How are they still recognized in Singapore and all? It's simple.
Yeah.
Because whatever that is being taught there is relevant to Singapore. Whatever that is being taught in those units that have been struck off
I'm not relevant.
are not relevant. You're teaching about EU law as a core unit. Fuck, why would we need EU law here?
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's all about that,
Mm.
and it doesn't make sense for us to be recognizing you when equity and trust is a elective unit in some of the unis there. That doesn't make sense. You need equity and trust everywhere.
True.
So it's like some people just think that it's all about the name of the uni.
Yeah,
Not necessarily.
true.
By the way, we have to make clear we're not bashing him. Like
Who?
you know, the
Or the guy who
the
wrote
fact-
the
yeah, it's
article.
like,
The
he
letter.
wrote his article. He expressed this view. And we respect that. It's
I
just
mean,
that-
It was not really an article. It was a letter back.
Yeah.
It was like a feedback thing.
You
so-
can bash me with the cash that you have earned with your hard fought hands.
oh, definitely.
Stacks of cash. Yeah, just
Definitely.
bash me with it.
So I want to test my limits.
I'll lick it off you.
No, I want to. Oh. Josiah.
Yeah, when you earn enough money to stack
Just
cash on my body,
Just shove coins at. Just throw coins at. Just
until it hurts.
like he's a
until it hurts.
fountain.
Until
Yeah.
it hurts.
Or I'll lie down flat on the ground and you can stack cash on me that you've earned with your bare hands until I cannot breathe. Then I'll give you my respect.
If you're still alive, lah, by the
Yeah,
way.
if I'm still
pretty
alive.
sure no one wants your respect.
Until I tap out and say, this is enough cash on me. I cannot breathe now. I'm gonna die. Yeah, then you have my respect.
Okay, on that note, that Josiah is gonna his
You
wish
can buy,
to die
you can buy
is,
Josiah's respect,
death.
basically.
No, and you can buy his death.
Yeah, you can buy. You can buy a
by
very
stacking notes.
entertaining form of suicide.
I would recommend changing all your currency into rupiah and stacking it
Oh.
onto him.
Oh,
No, it'd be way easier.
SGD. I gotta make it clear. Singapore dollars.
Singapore
clarifying.
dollars,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, lah,
Okay,
$2
on that
notes.
note, this is the end of the episode 11 of the Listening Room
Till next week.
podcast. Till next week.
Bye bye.
Ciao.
Ciao.